Greetings. I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite recipes that I have collected, mostly from my family. And this is for whoever gets this out there that might be interested in cooking up some Southern cooking. So here we go. Today we're going to start off with a kind of a complex recipe called seafood gumbo, Southern style. First thing you need are a list of ingredients. You need 1 large onion, 16 ounces of crab meat, 16 ounces of oysters, 16 ounces of shrimp, or even more for the shrimp, 2 stalks of celery, 1 large bell pepper, crab or shrimp boil that's available in any grocery store, 2 sticks of butter, 1 teaspoon of oil, 3 tablespoons of flour, 1/2 button of garlic or a dash of garlic powder, either way, a 16-ounce can of tomatoes, and 1 package of frozen chopped okra, and then also some rice, which will be used at the end. You can substitute chicken for all of the seafood, and it's our experience that the best thing to substitute it with are wings. Chicken wings produce the best gumbo. Okay, here we go. Now that you've had a chance to get all of your ingredients in order, this is only going to be an audio version of the recipe. I won't actually be cooking the gumbo. I'm just going to tell you how to cook the gumbo. First, into a large pot, I add 1 can of tomatoes and 3 cans of water, 1 package of the okra, and if you're substituting chicken for the seafood, you put the chicken in at this point. But if you're doing the seafood, do not put the seafood in yet. In a separate large skillet, iron is the best, you add 1 stick of butter, chopped large onion, chopped garlic, chopped celery, chopped bell pepper, and you saute until all of the vegetables are tender. You then take the sauteed vegetables and put them into the large pot that already has the tomatoes and the 3 cans of water and the okra. In the same skillet that you just used for cooking the vegetables, you add 1 stick of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour. You cook this on medium heat with continual stirring until it just becomes dark brown. And you got to stay with it, because when it goes from dark brown to black, you got to throw it out. This is what we call the roux. This is the base for most of these types of dishes in the South. Now, a little trick that I have seen used successfully, instead of going to the trouble of making a roux, you can substitute packaged brown gravy mix. And you mix it up according to the directions, and then you add that into the pot containing all of your vegetables. You add the roux to the pot or your gravy mix, and then in another large pot you add water, a handful of salt, and you bring that to a boil. You then add your shrimp and crab boil spice bag, or the spices, whichever way it comes for you. You then add the raw shrimp, 1 teaspoon of oil, and you cook the shrimp until it's light pink. Then after it's light pink, you let it stand in that water 15 minutes. Then drain off all the water, and then you put your shrimp aside. You then peel the shrimp if you haven't already got peeled shrimp, and then you add the shrimp, your crab, your oysters, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, all of that to the main pot, and you simmer that for 15 minutes. That's all it requires to cook this dish. You then serve that over cooked rice. I'm not going to tell you how to cook rice here. Hopefully you already know how to cook rice, and if you don't, read the directions on the package and it'll tell you exactly how to cook it. So I hope this goes well. This is what we call Mom's Gumbo, and I love it. I think it's delicious. My brothers like it as chicken gumbo better. They're not so much on the seafood, but I think this is a dish you will like. And this is the first recipe, hopefully, of many that are coming down the pike. I'm Bud Peppers, and hope you enjoy.